Hi guys, welcome to the Destillery. My name is Des and today we're going to be playing The Long Dark. This is The Long Dark Season 2 for us. We have recently had an update which has introduced Wintermute, which is the episodic story mode for The Long Dark. So we've got some new content. I believe there's a bit of a tutorial sort of thing built into it. So whereas before we were playing sandbox, now we're going in for some proper gameplay. So let's get stuck in. Let's start a new story. Episode 1, Do Not Go Gentle. So for those of you who have not seen The Long Dark is a survival game set out in, I think it's the Canadian wilderness. The sandbox kind of suggested that you were kind of from like a crashed plane, and it was a case of surviving out in the cold in the winter in The Long Dark. We'll see what Wintermute brings to us as we get into it. This is literally my first playing of it, so we'll see. It was released, the Wintermute mode I should say, was released yesterday, so I have left it 24 hours because reading on the forums there were a number of issues, a few bugs when it was first released. Some of those have been patched, so hopefully we're in a reasonable position now. Very dark. Okay, quite atmospheric. Very dark. Let's turn up my sound slightly. Nice Northern Lights effect. Interact with what? Oh, we've got a piece of something in our hand, I see. A little bit bright. I might have to tap to remove. Okay. So clicking that mouse button. I'm just going to drop down there. A little bit too bright for my screen. There we go. Much better. Okay, this looks pretty. I think the fire effect is different to any that I've seen in the game before. Okay, need to find shelter from the wind. Looks like there's something right up ahead of us. Got a little red square in the bottom corner with a cross in it, so I'm guessing we're hurt. So it's part of our plane, I suppose. We've got here first aid kit. Okay, searching that. Take a few bits out of there. First aid. Study your treatments and learn to triage. There are many ways to die in the wilderness. Medical treatments, man-made or harvested from the actual world, will save your life. Use the status screen to check on your health. Apply a treatment using the first aid radial menu. You can also use treatments from your pack menu. Okay. The key to survival is preparation and self-control. Check your controls menu if you're unsure of how to do something. This could save your life. Okay, fair enough. So we've looked at that. Some newsprint, sticks. Random bits of cloth, more newspapers. What's this? Cardboard box. I don't want to break it down. Okay, so I'm guessing we can break down stuff in a bit. So radial dial. Here we go. So spacebar brings up the radial dial. Look at our first aid. That's that. Navigation, weapons, food, drink. Yeah, I'm looking at it. Bandage. Okay. Plane crash injuries, neck. Apply a bandage. Healed, blood loss. Okay, cool. Has this got the status effect? Here we go. Plane crash injuries full. So we've got, after the plane crash you are concussed, badly bruised and feeling weak. Your hand was wounded during the crash. You will not be able to climb or hold weapons until it heals through rest. So I'm guessing we're okay from any more wounds. Let's have a look.
Damn it. Died. Almost.
Take some antibiotics. treatment didn't do anything. Seems to waste it, unfortunately. Some more cloth. Bit of wood. Can we... Is that increasing our warmth? I'll just go inside the cave. Okay. Fire provides heat, water, food protection. Use the campfire option in the radial menu. You'll need all the fixings, a fire starter, tinder and fuel. Accelerant speeds up the process. Fuel types impact burn time and heat production. An active fire can be used to cook and boil water, as well as keeping you from freezing to death. Cool, sure. Some skeletal remains in here, which is slightly worrying. Okay, so let's have a look at our radial dial. Campfire. Oops. Let's try it sort of very dark. Yeah? Yep. Okay, so we've got matches, newsprint, cedar. Let's give it a go. So this is all stuff that we did pick up during the sandbox by just playing around, but they're obviously built in a tutorial for it now. So a lot of this you just have to sort of work out back then, and it was quite a challenge, to be fair. So it's interesting that they have thrown in some guidance on how to do it. Okay, so we got a campfire.
Thank goodness for that. That's all I have in me. I'm gonna lay down before I fall down.
There we go, being forced to lie down. Day 2. Hey, we survived a day.
So thirsty. Gotta be a way to melt some snow.
Yeah, the fire that's now out. Silly. Okay, when you bring up the quick stats or the radial menu, you'll get a preview of the control condition, as well as information about how cold, tired, hungry and thirsty you are. Anytime one of these status indicators is empty and red, this means you're losing condition. Lose all your condition and you'll die. Okay. So we can... Okay, so bottom down there we can see we need water because the water droplet is red. Campfire's burnt out. We can start a new one. Let's just have a quick look out here. We've got some better wood, maybe.
I might be stuck here a while. Better see what I can use.
Still healing up. So let's start a new fire and see if we can melt some water. Should have reasonable success at being able to make a fire again. We were able to do it last night, so... Okay, so let's click on that, and food, melt snow, here we go. It never tells you how long it's going to take to do this, so I just kind of put on, like, maximum and melt it. Okay, so there we go, down to embers now. So we managed to get some water, which we can have a drink of. Not ideal, we want purified water realistically, but it is a starting point. For now, until we're in a better spot. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. So we've already checked that. This is cardboard box. Takes 9 minutes and 38 calories to burn that down. Well, there's not really much point at this stage. Let's see if we can find some food instead. We want to break that down. Take these. Let's see, is there anything in here? That's my footprints. I thought there was something there then. So there's a couple of chests.
Crash site above.
Okay, so we can break that down for wood. Newsprint, cloth. Search this container.
I need more of that.
Contemporary MRE, good quality and meets all technical requirements to be considered real food, designed to keep a soldier on their feet. That'll do. Some wood matches, useful. Okay, so food. Let's have something to eat. We'll keep him happy.
Shit. Cut smarts. Gotta make sure it doesn't get infected.
Okay, so we do that. So we need some antiseptic or whatever this rooty stuff is. So we need to look out for some bits and pieces. Search this container. Hey, disinfectant. So we can sort out that wound. There we go.
Oh, I don't feel so good. I need to rest up.
Okay, we can have another break.
The weather's turning bad. I'm gonna need a good long fire to keep from freezing to death.
Okay, need some quality wood for that. Lots of sticks around now, which weren't there before, which is kind of a
Can't feel my hands.
decent indicator. You don't need these yet. So what? I want to get them. Moving around a bit quicker now, which is good. Sounds like we're hungry again.
Getting colder. If I don't have enough firewood to last the night.
Bit over here. Okay, what else we got? More cloth, more sticks.
Freezing.
Yeah, I know, I'm working on it. Can't get up there. Oh, that was a stick then. Okay. Whoa, no, we're not going down there. Looks like that's probably a lot of what's around, to be honest. See if that's enough. Okay, start a fire. Burn, baby, burn, disco inferno!
Come on, come on.
Come on!
It worked.
Okay, so we can add more. So add some fuel, add some more fuel. Burn a book. So that gives us 5.5 hours. Can boil up some of that water so that it's not quite so dodgy. Got anything to cook? Not yet. Haven't actually got anywhere we can sleep yet, have we? We can't pass time. It's got our heat up. Don't want to get too close, which is good. So we can go back out and basically make up some, break down some more wood. That's going to yield 3 sticks. Not worth a lot. But this tinder plug. We don't really need tinder. There's a box over here though, which might give some good wood. 12 minutes. We'll do that. Minutes for 3, get 8 minutes for 1, don't we, on the burn time, so I suppose it's still productive to do that. There's another crate over here, we'll do that one. And then maybe add some more to the fire and warm up a little bit. What's that? Oh, there's a load of books in there as well. Is there any stuff in that other crate?
So cold.
What's it? It's around there somewhere.
Lay down for a bit.
Okay, we're going inside. Warm up. Okay, let's add some more onto the fire. Okay, so we've got a really decent fire going now. So what else we got going on here? Campcraft is just the fire, which we don't need. Light sources, matches, navigation, journal, first aid. Or journal. Build a fire in the cave that will last the night, 9 hours. Okay, how much we got on it in a minute? 8 hours 20. Blooming close.
Can't feel my feet.
Probably should have looked at that beforehand, but I didn't realise we needed to. Okay, so that might just about get us there. $8:53. Ah, so close. Come on, we've passed some of the night now. Don't really need all of it. Getting hungry again. This should be enough though. Getting pretty dark.
Fire looks good.
There we go.
To warm up before I freeze to death.
So journal. Get your body temperature up, warm yourself by the fire for a while. Okay. So let's just warm up. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see whereabouts on sort of the sandbox layout you end up kind of spawning. I believe they've added in one new area as part of this update as well, so the new area may be this one, or it might be something else. I'm not entirely sure. We'll find out, I suppose. But at some point soon we're going to have to get off this a little bit because we need food.
So tired.
Our mission is updated. Oh, no, that's just going through the night now. Okay. So yeah, we're going to see how this plays. I guess for episode 1 we'll probably only get through the tutorial, maybe leave it there and then do some of the exploration.
I need to find some food.
Unless the exploration becomes part of the tutorial. Who knows? Still got 1.5 hours on that. Shame up to waste. Okay, what's this? Crows. Your ears are your best survival tool. Pay attention to your surroundings. You might glean information that's important for your survival. For example, a murder of crows circling up ahead might suggest an animal carcass or even a human corpse might be nearby. Okay. So there's some crows over that away. Looks like there's a little path up there as well.
Through that tree clean over.
What's this? New things appeared last time when we woke up, so might as well just double check. You should probably break down this crate because there's a load of books in the last one, so there might be something useful inside. So we've got some water purification mat and some matches. That's cool. There's another one here. We are getting hungry. Some accelerant, which will be useful. It'll be hard work breaking it down with your fists. It's empty, that's sad. Okay, so this looks fairly deadly. We don't want to go that way. Can we walk along this log? Looks like we probably can, yeah. Okay, there's some bits up here. A little backpack.
Astrid's pack.
Let me look at it. I don't want to look at it. Okay, Astrid's hard case we can look at. Yes, I guess we don't know the combination.
Locked.
Okay, little cinematic. That's cool. A bit of patience.
Jackrabbit Remote Transport. Mackenzie speaking. Whoa, slow down. What are you talking about?
Interesting art style.
It's okay, Morgan. I've got it from here.
Hello, Will.
What are you doing here?
Been a while, I know.
Yeah. Years. I haven't heard from you since...
I know. And I wouldn't be here if it weren't important.
Well, what brings you... I mean... Are you sick?
No, not me. But I need to get to someone who is.
Right. So you're still a doctor?
Yes, I'm still a doctor.
I thought that after...
He does not
Why
look
are
well.
you here?
It's like super pale,
I need your
with like a
help.
really red nose
There's
and
an
really red
isolated
cheeks. It's
community
like
in the northern
a bit
part of
weird.
Great Bear.
He'd have been
Someone
drinking
there
a
is
lot,
Very sick.
Great
and-
Bear?
or he's not very well.
There's nothing there anymore. Not since...
I know. But I have to
She's
get
not much
there.
different though either, to be fair.
Still trying to save the world.
The really pink ears as well.
Somebody has to.
What's that supposed to mean?
Mackenzie... Will... I didn't come here to fight about the past. I need a pilot to take me somewhere remote. Someone who won't ask too many questions. Someone I can trust.
Questions. Astrid, are you in trouble?
Are you gonna help me, or not?
What's in the case?
See, there's that thing about no questions, remember?
What's in the case, Astrid?
No questions.
Look, the weather out there is bad. Bad. But it's getting worse. You walk in here after years. I could have been dead. You could have been. Then you show up and you want me to just risk my life flying into the middle of the great northern nowhere to deliver you in some mystery metal case to some remote wilderness outpost. All because you walked in here and asked me to?
Yes.
Astrid, you can't blame me.
This isn't about that.
I know how hard it's been.
No. You don't know, Mackenzie. You don't know anything.
You don't think I feel it too?
Are you gonna take me or not? The longer I wait, the worse it'll get. Damn it. I don't have time for this.
The worse what will get? Why do I have a feeling you're not talking about the weather?
Because I'm not.
Seems pretty deep.
Throw your bags in the plane. I'll get started on pre-flight.
God, I bet he's regretting that now.
It's gonna be a rough ride.
So what is in the case? No questions asked. Something pretty mysterious.
Whatever's in this case, Astrid was ready to die for it. I hope she hasn't already died for it.
Let me search your backpack. Doesn't look like we can. Okay. Oh, deer carcass.
This carcass could save my life. It doesn't look too good, but what choice do I have?
Not a lot right now. Take all that lovely meat. 100% frozen, so that'll keep for a little while. Everything you eat can kill you. When starving, you may feel desperate enough to take your chances, but in general, eating raw meat is a bad idea. Cook it over a fire to avoid getting food poisoning or parasites. Cooked meat also lasts longer and attracts fewer predators. Okay, cool. What's that? A bit random. Will's coat. Coat you were wearing when you crashed the plane. Cool, well, we'll take that. Clothing is like armour against the elements. Wear layers to stay warm, and remember, wind is your enemy. Clothing offers different protection from cold and wind chill. Your clothes can get wet from blowing snow or if you fall into water, which makes them ineffective, increases your risk of hypothermia or even frostbite. Keep your clothes as dry as you can. Finally, clothing can protect you from physical injuries as from falling or tangling with wildlife. Balance all these factors against the weight and mobility cost of your combined clothing. Okay.
I could probably climb that.
Can you? Okay, this is a new mechanic. There's no climbing of this nature. Oh dear. Okay, rose hips. Mother Nature's painkiller. Sometimes Mother Nature is your pharmacist. Craft rose hips into a preparation that can be boiled in water, produce a tea with pain-relieving properties. Okay, that's cool. So you probably want to head back. Make some tea, cook some meat. This way. Let me up. There we go. Silly.
Smart's a bit.
Well, you know, you just fell down a cliff. It's gonna hurt.
It feels so good.
Okay, so fire's gone out now. Should be able to get it going for a little while.
Come on.
Come on. Classic Will. Okay,
Fire's life
campfire.
out here.
Let's just check our journal. What exactly does this? Collect rose hips and make rosehip tea to treat your pain. And we need food. So, let's see. Gave me raw venison. Doesn't tell us how long it takes to cook. So let's add some more fuel. Bit of that just in case. Oops. Food. So let's cook this venison. Check on our times. What's that? 15, 20, about 20 minutes, something like that. Yeah, about 20 minutes. So you need to cook all this up because otherwise it's going to go funky. You also need to drink and eat some of it. Okay, so that's a good start. Let's drink some water. We will eat some venison. And then we'll have a look at these rose hips. So, can be used to make tea that helps manage pain. So how can we make tea? It's not under the food. It's not under the melt snow option. So, can we use things with it? Materials. It's classed as a material. What's this? Blueprints. Aha. Okay, so prepared rose hips. Required materials. So we need 24 rose hips. Okay, there's loads more out here. So that's interesting. So there's a crafting schematic sort of bit built into your inventory now. That wasn't there within the sandbox mode, so that's an interesting development. Okay, we'll take some more, so that's another 8, so that gives us 16, so we need one more rose hip bush, which I think there's one down this way. Yeah, there it is. There's a few actually, I might just grab them all just in case, make sure I got enough. You never know, it might fail at doing some or something like that. Okay, let's get back inside to the warmth. So I'm guessing at some point we will actually be able to climb that cliff, or otherwise we don't really see how we get out of this bit. But we have to obviously sort our ankle out first. There we go. Okay, so let's come back to here. Begin crafting prepared rose hips. Kind of liking that they've added the crafting mode in this way, because that was something that was kind of missing, I feel, from the sandbox mode that we were playing before. Okay, so we got rose hips. So now, okay, so cook prepared rose hips. Sounds like we got a nice brew on the go. So we've got some rose hip tea. Don't know where we got the mug from, but I ain't gonna complain. So is it under food? No. Drink? Yes. Okay, so let's have some rose hip tea. Never had rose hip tea personally. No idea what it tastes like. Okay, so we've healed our sprained ankle, and what was that, warming up as well. You need food to survive. Scavenge what you can and eat until you're full. Okay, so I guess we want to eat more of that meat. Something that we did sort of work out when we were in the sandbox mode is that obviously food weighs something, so you're kind of better off eating it and being full than having too much meat on you, because carrying it around is obviously adds to your weight.
I feel stronger today.
Good. Glad you're feeling stronger.
Climb out of here now.
Knowledge. What you know can save you. As you learn things about the world, either through your own actions or through interacting with people, you unlock knowledge about people, places, things, and actions. Deeper knowledge can be revealed when you gain the trust of other survivors you meet. Okay, that's cool. So there's other survivors. That's something that we've not seen so far. This knowledge is tracked in your journal for future reference. Now that I'm quite excited about. That's pretty cool. I'm going to end this episode right here, because I've got the feeling that as soon as we go out there, we're kind of out into the exploration mode, which feels like an episode 2. So if you want to see some more, tune in for episode 2 of The Long Dark. I hope you enjoyed what you saw so far. Obviously it's only the tutorial sort of bits, but there's been a few adaptations, a few additions to the original version that we played with the sandbox mode only. The crafting stuff. We obviously found out that there's going to be survivors that we can meet and talk to and learn from. So yeah, there's a few different bits like that, and just in general, so the climbing up the wall and stuff, the cinematics, lots of extra little bits. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. That'd be really appreciated. It really helps with getting more views and growing the channel so that I can provide better content. If you're interested in seeing episode 2 or any of my Fortnite videos, any Feria or anything like that, subscribe and you'll get notifications to let you know when my new videos are out. Follow me on Twitter and you'll find out what's coming up. I will be posting sort of reviews from some sites that I follow. I'll be throwing out some videos from my wingman Masterless, who will be throwing out what's he doing? He's doing Metro, he's got Prey stuff, he's playing Fortnite, he's done some Fortnite tips and tricks videos like myself, so check those out, and I will see you guys sooner hopefully. Take care.